Hello everybody, it's Donna from Enchanted Gardens. Now Angel said for our first piece of filming, talk about last year, and I can't remember last year. Talk about this year. I've got so much in my head. I've got so many plans. So if I try and make any sense of any of it, last year I got the polytunnel, I've got the office down here now in the pasture, in the yard. I've got fully equipped for teas and coffees, and I think the anticlimax last year was the battle, the fight, the tears, the endless bureaucracy, difficulties that I faced to be finally told that I can open this year, 1st of April. It's just been so hard remaining closed, trying to build this, trying to make something very different from what Enchanted Gardens was, and to keep a vision. So much has happened, and it's kind of run over for this year because I'm still focusing on things that happened last year. Last year I met and was introduced to a fabulous artist called Rob. He's quite famous, and Rob is helping me to map Enchanted Gardens and to come up with a beautiful, and I mean, you will just love them. I've got different areas of Enchanted Gardens now that are, you'd go to, for example, from the car park, you would have a beautiful map, and then you would begin your journey here, your experience here, to the listening trees. So there will be another sign, again, beautifully illustrated by Rob. My wording, but Rob's drawings, and that will be explaining to you the species we have in that area, what the area is used for, how you can utilise it, and how to get the most enjoyment out of it. Then from there you would move round to the wonderful, magical wild service tree that I have, which has been cleared and tidied a little. It did have a little family of hawthorns growing quite quickly into it, so that's been dealt with. We've done such a lot. We've done such a lot of really hard digging, soil removal, rebalancing. You're fully aware, I had the diggers in, I had areas of ground levelled, we got them enchanted magical steps sorted out. All of that is still, some of it is completed and some of it is ongoing. So Rob's ongoing. I'm beginning to think about, I think the priority this year, once I can open, is the expansion of Enchanted Gardens into a wonderful experience that I can share with schools and children. Because at the end of the day, the world we live in as it is, with all the decisions and all the doom and gloom as far as nature's concerned, I think the opportunity to educate and influence children, I think the opportunity for children not to be staring at a screen, the truth is we live in a world where they need to. Every part of their lives is going to be digitally enhanced, as our lives are. But for them to be able to put down that screen, put down their phone, and come here and see raw nature, a wild environment, and mix that with growing, seed growing, I don't know, potato painting, story time under the trees, that needs to be part of Enchanted Gardens, so that I'm not just a nursery. I'm not just somebody that you can chat to about your borders and your gardens, and your ceanothus has got dieback and your gladioli haven't flowered and you've planted them in the wrong place. I can do all that anyway. But, you know, as hard as it is and as mad and stressed as I get, I just can't seem to slow it down so that it's ever going to be enough. I want to write books. Yes, I am completely insane. I have books I need to write, touching on other subjects. I'm pretty determined to organise a podcast where I talk about the spirit of nature, the feelings, the emotions, the drive, the focus for individuals of nature within their lives. And that means I'm planning to have, like just in the office, just in the kitchen, a nice cosy chat that I can put online with people like Justin Gilday. Now, Justin's not an entomologist. He's not a scientist, and he doesn't have hundreds of letters after his name. But you would never meet anyone more qualified to speak about their experience, his experience of wasps and bees, because that's what he has done his entire life. He understands their life cycles. He understands other aspects that you wouldn't normally get to know. So I'm going to have a lovely chat with Justin, and you will fall in love with him. He is just such a fabulous man. And then I would like to provide another cosy chat with a lovely lady called Mary. And Mary ran a hedgehog hospital for well over 20 years. She was the lady that I took my found hedgehog to, and she was very, very kind and was able to explain lots of things about hedgehogs that didn't come from a magazine or mainstream media on the news, where they give like 5 seconds to the doom and gloom that all the hedgehogs are dead, diseased and dying, you know, and you get various posts on that kind of thing. But Mary can actually, from her vast experience, just fill in all the gaps, all the knowledge gaps. And you won't find that anywhere else, because you can't just meet people like Mary. You can't just meet people like Justin. I know some wonderful, wonderful ladies from a scientific background. I'm actually dripping from the ceiling because I've got the heating on to try and keep warm in here. So that's a little bit dodgy. Anyway, I'm going to continue. I'm going to keep going until the fuses blow. I've 2 ladies, both scientist homeopaths. Now, they have put their heads together using their science-based, their chemistry base of knowledge, and they have built a little company that's going to concentrate on producing safe products to be used on plants, like homeopathy for plants. It's a subject that's never covered, really, really interesting. So I want to fix on a meet up with them. I want to have chats with older gardeners that can speak about the differences in varieties and breeding and how that's changed, and how gardening is changing, gardening practice is changing. Is it for the better? Does it work better? Some of the skills we're being bombarded with now. And so that's a whole podcast thing that I'm going to be doing. I'm not really focusing on the 1st of April because it's very, very scary. I often think, what if you don't come and visit me? Which will probably finish me off. I've been shut for so long. I've been waiting for so long to welcome people. I'm so far removed from having a life full of chatting with people, full of guiding people, teaching, lecturing. It's quite daunting. I will also, I'm determined, be running as many workshops as I can, as many as I can, at least one a month. They're going to have to be held in the World War II marquee, which can't be put into the pasture until probably late April, early May, depending on the crazy weather we get this spring. And then I just wanted to keep it for groups of up to 15. I don't want it to be a room full of so many people that some aren't really interested, some are can't hear the content and then feel comfortable enough to perhaps ask questions and grill me so that we can get into the debates. That is what I'd like to do. And that's going to cover seed growing. I want to do lots and lots. Obviously, I've got hardly any stock now because I haven't been able to grow without a polytunnel, without the facilities and the stability in my life to be able to grow seedlings. I've got so many to sow. Can't start sowing till next month, February. And that I'm doing as a professional grower. I'm not going to be suggesting that you do the same. I'll talk you through seed growing, and I'm really keen on everybody to grow vegetables this year, whether you're a gardener or not, purely because the price of food, you know what's going on in our world. The price of food, we're going to have to, I've got another drip. The price of food is obviously just going to keep increasing, as is everything else in our lives. And with the amount of chemicals and pesticides and herbicides and hormones in everything, I really think we should be taking responsibility. And it shouldn't be that you need to be wealthy to take responsibility. You don't. And most of us aren't. So, you know, coming together as a community, coming together as a group. Seeds are really, really expensive. So you need you and 5 others. Okay, this is what we're going to eat this year. This is what we buy in the shops each year. So we could share one packet of, say, purple sprouting broccoli between all 5 of us. And then you're not going to end up with a seed bill of over £100, which most people haven't got, which is the reason why they're having to grow vegetables, because they haven't got the money to buy them. In spite of the shops doing that with everything's 20p. Now it's gone up to £6. We're all yo-yoing from the ups and downs of the cost of living, which is at crisis point. Which doesn't mean to say you haul the drawbridge up and sod nature. You know, I've got to look after myself and my family. There is always room for you to take care of your environment, your garden. You can make that choice. You can. And I just want to help everybody to do that. I want loads and loads of workshops and lots of cups of tea, lots of pots of tea, lots and lots of Angelica's lovely cake. I'm probably going to stick to, and you can all criticise this and we'll balance it out, lemon drizzle, coffee and walnut, Victoria sponge. Obviously she can do everything else in between. If you all suggested that you love this, that and the other, and obviously I'm going to keep prices as low as I can. £5 for a cup of coffee I recently saw in a feed somewhere. Well, that's just ridiculous. So hopefully you'll be able to come down to Enchanted Gardens. I've done an awful lot of work on the website. I'm continuing to work on that. And I've still got quite a way to go. But I'm self-teaching myself because I'm not a natural on a computer. So I find that really hard. But hey-ho, I'll keep going. As far as gardening's concerned, I can't really do any gardening videos until the weather's changed, but I will be drawing your attention to lots of subjects, and I will be making lots of little short, sharp videos about every morning. I'm up at 5 o'clock and I sit there with my phone, and I'm not just looking at Kent, I'm not just looking at Whitstable where I live. I am looking at the world, and that is the positive and beauty of AI, of having a phone. I can see what's happening to nature in Brazil, I can see what's happening to nature in China, and I can see what's happening to nature in the USA. Now, I live in the UK, in this tiny little corner. But if I don't know what's the point of having this if I don't know about it? If I can't learn anything, if I can't chat to people about it and have a different opinion and come up with whether or not I think something's good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. We need to keep engaging globally. And that doesn't mean to say pouring any money that you have into foreign projects. It means supporting. And sometimes that's just with a like. If somebody, you know, you have to press that button with the thumbs up thing. Apparently that's really important for all of these people. So to just do that is support. And I just want the whole world to be supported. So, a bit rambly, bit peculiar. I'm still here. I'm still very, very happy and looking forward to 2025.